No one can hear me. Hello? There we go. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is the Loshak the Bag Show, 6 o'clock Eastern Time version for Monday, December 18th. December 18th, Jimmy and I shot some promos before earlier today. I don't know if those are up, but there is a new schedule. The Jimmy the Bag Show and the Loshak and the Bag Show will be on hiatus. For a week, starting on Wednesday, so there'll be no Loshak in the Bag Show, and then on the 27th it will start up again, but only 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and then on January 3rd, we will start again doing it twice a day, and hopefully be able to pick up right where we left off. And here's one change we're definitely going to have to make, and that is illustrated by what we're going to talk about today. Definitely, when the heart of the college basketball season comes, I'm going to have to do it where anytime I have a pick, I'm going to tweet it out because the lines will move. And there was one pick that I was super excited to give to everyone because I thought it was going to be a good pick. I was going to the first half and the full game, and that line has moved majorly against me. So I mean, like in my favor, but I'm going to have to give a much worse line now. So we've talked about this before, Jim, and you don't have to do it, but if you want to, you can. We'll have to find out some way because these college basketball lines move a lot. And if we have to, I was sitting here, it was like 4:30 Eastern Time, and I was like, oh man, I can't wait to give this one. Then I just see it moving and moving and moving, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And if it lands in between, I'll be really pissed off, Jim, because there's no asterisks when we announce our record publicly. You know what I mean? People just look at it and say, you guys suck, or if it's a good record, they say, you guys are lying. But there's no asterisks. You know what I mean?
Totally.
All right, Jim, so let's get into it, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let me just pull up the chat box here. I guess I may as well. College basketball is where we're going to start right now, and I guess I may as well fucking start with this fucking pick, right, Jim?
Yeah, you don't sound too happy.
Well, it's just that if it lands right in the middle, so that the pick I give here is a loser, but if I had given it, I bet it at the initial line is a winner. It's just going to be so frustrating. It is unders in Charlotte, Eastern Carolina. I bet that one at 147. It's now down to a 142 or 141.5, and I bet the first half under at 70, and now it's down to 67.5. I think I saw. All right, I have to make a decision here, and I will give it. I'll give both of them right now. Eastern Carolina under. I will give still 142, which is available at a bunch of places. Under 142 minus 110. Again, I got this one at 147. And if you think that that movement doesn't make a difference, you have not been betting college basketball for more than 5 or 6 days, right, Jim?
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have to do that when we start up again full time and actually starting up again on the 27th. And the first half, let's see what I'm gonna have to take here. Bookmaker has 68. So all right, I'll take the first half under 68. Again, I got 70. And if you think that the difference on a first half total in college basketball between 70 and 68 doesn't make a difference, you have not been betting college basketball for more than a couple of days, right, Jim?
Yeah, that's a big line
Yeah,
move.
That is a big fucking line move. Now, if I had tweeted it out, of course, I would have just been able to tweet it out at 70 and 147. So we're going to have to start doing that for real because in other sports, with the professional sports, the lines go up, they go down. You know what I mean? We see a lot of U-shaped line movement in the NBA. So a lot of times we want to wait for the line movement to happen. But in college basketball, it's not quite like that. I don't want to wait for the line movement because more often than not, it's going to go against me.
Yes, I agree. I agree completely on all those things. We need to start doing that for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, and are you going to do that too, Jim? Or
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, if I need to get a bet in, I'll definitely do that. So we'll have to figure out a way where I guess I'll tag you when I do it, but we can figure it out.
We'll have to find a way. Okay, so for interest, first of all, some comments. Okay, Akko Schofield says, be careful, Pete. Maybe he's saying that he doesn't like the under. I don't know. Let's see. Get some quick comments. Chino Muniz says, Pete, you should braid your hair like Allen Iverson used to have. Yes, I could. That would also be considered cultural appropriation, which can end careers nowadays in 2017. So I don't know about that. It would certainly be awesome, though. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. All right, so I just wanted to start the show and get that line out just because, in a couple minutes, that's going to be fucking 139.5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm telling you, if this one lands on 144, ooh, am I going to be steaming. But all right, so there we are. We're in college basketball right now. Okay, and that was the one that I really was focusing on getting out. I guess let's get into the rest of it. Can I give another one, Jim, that
Please
I was another one that moved against me? Also, not quite as much, but it did. the over in North Dakota State, Arizona. I don't know if you ever play on that one, Jim, but I'm definitely liking the over there. It's still Bookmaker still has 141, and so does Bet365, and so does the Greek, which is nice to see. I got 141 on that one, so I will definitely take that one. The Arizona game over 141. Sorry, 141 minus 110. Man, I forget how frazzled everything gets in college basketball. You just go crazy all over the place. I kind of love it, though. Yeah, it's like surfing. You have to be controlled, but it's controlled chaos. And then the first half over on that one, 66 or 66.5, and I will definitely take the first half over 66 on that one, minus 110. So that's another 2 other plays. I'm giving the Arizona game over 141 minus 110, which is still available at a bunch of places, and the first half over 66 minus 110. I just saw that one creeping up a little bit. And all right, Jim.
I like that spot. I mean, Arizona looks like a different team with sophomore guard Raul Atkins on the floor. He exploded in his second game back. 26 points in 31 minutes versus New Mexico, 9 for 11 from the field, 3 for 3 from 3. And it's now taking the pressure off of Alonzo, which is what they needed. Kids got too much pressure. The Bahamian, DeAndre Ayton, is a game changer, man. 7 foot, 250-pound freshman, 19.9 points, 12 boards. And North Dakota is small. Yeah. Very small, led by 3 combo guards that are all 6'6". Senior Paul Miller, 16 points, 6.2 boards, 4 assists. He leads the team in all 3 major categories. If your leading rebounder is 6'6", 200 pounds, you're in trouble. And of their 3 rotation players over 6'6", none of them play over 20 minutes a game. And they lost to USC earlier in the year by just 10, and they were tied in a half of that game. So they seem to be able to handle it okay, being a smaller team, but they can throw you different looks, and I think the over is a good spot. What's the line at?
141 on the full game and 66 on the first half. It is a split line. One other play I want to quickly give, Jim. Sure. What do you think about that one? Another one moved against me. I took Quinnipiac at plus 10 against Drexel. It's now down to 8.5 or 9. Pinnacle still has 9.5 minus 115. So I'll give that one just on the full game. Quinnipiac plus 9.5 minus 115. Quinnipiac, of course, is a team that lives and dies by their three-point shooting. They can get blown out by bad teams if they're, hitting 18% from 3, but they can hang with decent teams if they're hitting, 40 or higher from 3. And I think this is a game where at one point or another they should be okay from 3 and hit some. And I took Quinnipiac on the full game. I took it at 10. I'll give it now at 9.5 minus 115 at Pinnacle. So those are 5 plays that I've definitely given. Man, I feel nervous about this East Carolina total. It just has the universe laughing at me, landing in the middle, all written all over it. But we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. Go ahead.
I am on, and I didn't tweet it out. I haven't sent it in for some reason. I guess, we're overloaded with all these games, and we're trying to grind as fast as we can, get to each game. But I have a play on this game, and I'm going to add that over. I think that over is a good call. But I'm going to take North Dakota State on the first half line. My thinking there was clearly Atkins looked awesome. And I bet you he's being congratulated for the last 3 or 4 days about how incredible his second game was. And I bet you they've all been congratulating each other for getting back into the top 25. And I think that North Dakota on the first half, I believe I'm getting
13. Plus 13.
Plus 13.
Plus 13, minus 105 at Heritage Bookmaker and a few other places. Plus 13, minus 105 is the best line there.
I'm going to take that, and I'm also going to take the over, or the full game over, because my thinking is North Dakota State maybe puts a little scare into them in the first half, and then Arizona comes back hard in the second half. Yeah. So I like the over a lot.
And the over 141 minus 110. Again, that one is. Why did you want to double up on the first half?
I just don't want to. I don't want to double up on too many of these games. I'm very close to not. You have you're hugely successful in college basketball.
How do you think I got that?
I hear you. No, I'm very comfortable. I'm taking the first. I'm going to double up because I'm taking the first half with North Dakota State, and I feel great about it. And over 141 and minus 110, I like it.
I'm telling you, man, Jam, you get an extra unit there. I don't know if it's not a lock, but I think it's a pretty solid.
My actually thinking is that Arizona is going to, after being congratulated for the last 3 or 4 days, that they're not going to come out very fast.
Okay, so there we go. Jim's going to take the over, and North Dakota State first half plus 13, minus 105. There's a couple of other plays that I am liking. Can I give you one here, Jim?
Please do.
All right, it's a little bit iffy, but I'm liking the under in IPFW Indiana. I'm just going to take it one way on the full game. It is all over the place right now, but Heritage still has 153. I'm going to take that one under 153 minus 110. Of course, Indiana is coming off of the big win over Notre Dame, and IFPW loves to try to keep these games close. They actually beat them last year, and I think IPFW normally can play very high-paced style of game, but I think in this spot it's more likely than not to be a little bit more modest scoring. Last year's game went very modest when they met, and I'm going to take the under. I took this one at 153. It's now 151.5, 152, or 152.5, but Heritage still has 153, so I'll take that one. IPFW Indiana under 153, and that's just on the full game, not on the first half. All right, Jimmy the Bag, what else are you liking today?
Well, this is a game to me that seems clear, and but some guys that I really respect are not on my side here. So I'm curious to see what the live chat's going to be about it, but I am taking Valparaiso against Santa Clara on the full game. Yes, Valpo's looked very bad in 2 games without Tavon Walker. They turned the ball over 21 times in that 34-point loss to Northwestern. But Northwestern guards, their senior guards, are dominant. The Broncos are a terrible rebounding team, and Valpo will take advantage of it just like USC did in that 82-59 loss to the Trojans. Now, I know the Trojans' bigs are better than the Valpo bigs, and I shouldn't compare the two, but the Trojans out-rebounded Santa Clara 52-27 in that game. The Crusaders have 2 7-footers that will control the game. The Broncos have a very difficult time rebounding, but they have some legitimate scores. About a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, Portland State needed to close the game with 16 straight field goals without a miss to squeak by this Bronco squad. They beat Northern Arizona by 32 earlier this year. They have KJ Fegan who scores, but they're too small. They're just too small. 6'4" senior Henry Caruso leads the team in rebounding with 7.3 game. They have a 6'8" freshman from Toronto who averages 5.4 boards a game. They have a 6'10" Nigerian who has 4.2 boards a game, but he only plays 17.4 minutes. I think that Valpo can get their shit together enough to win this game with all the second chance options they have.
I would agree with that. Chino Muniz says Valpo leading scorer out.
Yeah, Tavon Walker's been out for 2 games, and I think this third game maybe they'll have some more comfort. They got destroyed by these senior guards in Northwestern. I mean, they're special. Those 2 kids are special, and this is a completely different style of team. Now, Santa Clara does have some small scorers, but they're tiny. And Valparaiso should have second chance, third chance shots all game long. I'm going to take them on the full game.
Yeah, Maxwell Smart says the over is the best play in Valpo, Santa Clara, and I was going to give that one as a pick. Nick427 PC says, yeah, fading Valpo as long as he is gone. Santa Clara also beat them on the road last year. And, very, very interesting game there. So you want to take Valparaiso, Jim?
I definitely do.
All right, let me see. Valpo, best line would be, it is up from Pick'em. It's -2, -101. That is the best line at Pinnacle. And as long as we're talking about that game, I was going to give an over on that one. That's another one where the line moved against me. It was, moved in my favor, but now I have to take a worse line. It was 133. Now the Greek still has 134.5, so I will take that one. Santa Clara, Valpo, over 134.5, -110. That is the line right now at the Greek. Other places have a 135, 135.5. Bet online all the way up to 136 already, but the Greek has 134.5, and I do take that one at 133. And I might still be thinking about taking a shot with the first half. As well. All right, let me look for some other lines here. Wow, the East Carolina game now, there's a 142.5, so I could have gotten there. All right, we'll see. If I have to eat 2 losses, I'll eat it. But I don't care if I lose it. It's just if it lands in the middle, Jim. If it lands on 145, ooh, am I going to be? Well, I'll win my bet, but ooh, will I be steaming? All right, Idaho. Well, go ahead.
Sorry, that line with Valpo Santa Clara has climbed all day. There's a 135.5 now out there?
Yes, 136 at Bet Online. Jesus. So I'm taking 134.5 at the Greek, and I did bet that one early on. The first half on over 63, and I will also take that one as well. The first half over 63 -110. First half over 63 -110. That's the line right now at Bookmaker and Intertops and UWager. Thank you so much, Intertops, for giving us the best line on the first half over Valparaiso Santa Clara. I'm taking that one 2 ways, Jim.
Wow, when I hear that you're on the over and Max is on the over too, it sounds like it's an over that I should jump on as well. Maybe. I'm going to think about it for now.
Okay, think about that, Jim. You do that, Jim. Don't you hate it when people say, you do that?
I do.
Fucking dickhead.
I do.
You do that. All right. Next, what's the deal with people who say, you do that? All right. Idaho and Western Michigan is also a play that I made on the over. I took it on the full game at 140, and I took the first half at 66. And there are no 140s available anymore, but there are, UWager has 140.5, and UWager also has a 66. So I will take the first half over 66 minus 110, that is for sure. And that is at UWager right now. Oh, Bookmaker also has 66 minus 115. Everywhere else has 66.5. And thinking about the full game over as well, which is 141, 140.5. And I guess I'll throw that one on the full game as well, even though a little bit iffy, but I will throw that one on there. I'm liking that one a little bit less than some of the other totals I gave, but I'll throw that one on there. Over 140.5 minus 110. So that's two more plays that I'm giving. What else are you liking, Jimmy the Bag?
Well, Trey Day would appreciate our opinion on the Boise State game. He likes Boise. Cody Brown likes Boise, and so do I. I am taking Boise State on the full game. Let me get to shit. Sorry, so many goddamn. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So SMU is a really good ball team. 6'6" senior Shake Milton does everything. 17.8 points, 4.4 boards, 4.5 assists. He combines with Foster, deliver a ton of buckets. But they will have their hands full with these Bronco guards. Justinian Jessup and Chandler Hutchison are big, tall. They create matchup problems all the time. The Mustangs don't have any traditional bigs. They rebound by committee. 6'9", 230-pound freshman Ethan Chargois is the only big in the rotation. And the Broncos will get him in foul trouble. They have so many bigs they can throw out there. Zach Haney should control the boards. Christian Senkfelder also is good on the boards. And then they have these guys on the bench like 6'11", 240-pound junior center Robin George and 6'10", 236-pounder David Wacker. They barely play. But I would get them out there just to foul, just to get in Chargois' way. I think this is a spot where Boise State is very athletic and they're very good defensively. Now, SMU is a better basketball team, but they'll have trouble. And I like plus 8.5.
Okay, just the full game. All right, well, it's now up to 9. Good. So we can give you plus 9 minus 110 at a bunch of places. That's a game that I have circled. It's very tough because obviously Boise is a team that very similar to the Oregon game. Remember when Jim liked Oregon? That game I stayed off of. But then when I saw what happened and I saw the second half line, I was all over Boise State on the second half there. I wouldn't be surprised if Boise State is up in the first half here and then SMU comes back in the second half. This is a game that I'm either going to take on Boise State on the first half or lay off it completely and just make it a second half play. But that's my take on that game.
Yeah.
No pregame bet on that one.
You're right. Oregon has the same problems. SMU is a better team than Oregon, I believe. But they have the same sort of problems where they're small. Our man Chino Muniz has just come in and said, my wife just came home and said, you ready for the blowjob I've been promising? I told her not right now, Pete and the bag are on.
There we go. That I don't even know if that's short. That officially, we can make that an early winner for comment of the day afternoon show. Chino Muniz, my wife just came home and said, you ready for the blowjob I've been promising you? And Chino said, hold on, baby. Hold on. Not right now, baby. Pete and the bag are on. This will be over at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Then we can get into that blowjob you've been promising me, baby. But for right now, not while Pete and the Bag are live giving out college basketball picks at 6:20 Eastern time, baby. Wow, that is a comment and a half right there. Chino, motherfucking Muniz. There you go. Comment of the day winner. I'm going to save this one. That might go on the, that's almost definitely going to go on one of the posters. Thank you very much, Chino Muniz. Absolutely. All right, now let's get into it. Okay, wait, let's see this. Okay, that was a comment and a half right there. Okay, so let me see. that actually has me a little bit. Okay, now let me get reacquainted with where we are here. Some of the other plays that I was going to give. Then let's talk about the Northeastern Kent State game. I believe that this year you've had some very good calls on Northeastern games in general. I'm definitely leaning Northeastern here, definitely leaning over, and definitely leaning the first halves on those as well. Jimmy the Bag, I know you looked at this game. What can you tell us about it?
Well, Kent State just got Jalen Walker back, and he played poorly in his first game. We just talked about what's his name coming back, and how he played poorly in the first game, and in the second game he just put up 26 points in 31 minutes. And this is a situation where I fear the same thing is going to happen. I know a lot of people that are on Northeastern right now, people that I respect are on Northeastern, but Jalen Walker having a bad first game, I think he's going to have a really good second game. And then they got the 7-foot center, De La Rosa, averages 14 points, 8 boards. They got bigs, Tyreek Jones, Kareem Cantor, Sean O'Mara. And then, yes, Northeastern's playing good basketball. They won 4 straight. They can give you a bunch of different looks. 9 guys playing in double digits. 2 6'10" bigs, and Anthony Green and Jeremy Miller, but they don't play that much. I don't know. Max is on Northeastern. You're on Northeastern. That makes me like Northeastern. But I'm going to lay off this game because I think Jalen Walker is going to have a big game. That doesn't mean I don't think Northeastern can do it. I just don't feel as confident as I felt on other games. So,
all right, well, I'm going to take the overs on this one, first half and full game. And as we were doing this show, the line did move on the first half. UWager still has 141. It's, wait, let me find, UWager still has 141, so I'll take that one over 141 minus 110. Pinnacle has 141 minus 121. Everyone else has 141.5 or 142. And the first half, UWager had 66 minus 110. I was going to give that one, but since we do use absolutely religiously up to the second lines here, I'm going to have to take 66.5 because UWager did move. So I'm going to take first half over 66.5 in this one as well. Northeastern Kent State, first half over and the full game over. Again, this is another one that that is moving, and you know, sometimes these lines can definitely land. So you don't want to make a habit of that. You want to make a habit of grabbing whatever lines, the best lines you can possibly get, if you think the line's going to move. And once again, when we start doing this up, in fact, starting tomorrow, when we start doing this up tomorrow, I'm going to tweet out my college basketball plays just so I can lock in those lines, because if we do this every day for the entire basketball season, that will be many units of a difference. You know what I mean?
There's a huge card tomorrow.
Yes,
so it's
and there's a huge card. So yeah, it's just, and that's the thing. You know how the haters are. The haters will not accept. You can asterisk till the cows come home. They'll be like, "That's your fucking record," and they're right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to give your record when it is. All right, so you're going to stay off this one.
I'm going to stay off this one. Max is with you with Northeastern. Good fucking pick, he says. McGogster's lean is Northeastern, and then Medicine H20 says no revenge for Kent State. King Rail says Kent money line is the play. So there's people on both sides. Brandon Cummings says Northeastern is allowing 67 or fewer points in 4 straight games. Their defense has been playing. And then Eric Swiatek says, fuck, man, I love Pete and Loshak, but my wife hasn't blown me in years. If she's offering, Loshak and Bag be damned.
There you go. There you go. MGTOW, baby. Just consider it is all I'm saying. Just consider it. MGTOW, baby. All right, this is a sports betting show, not a men's rights show. All right, Jimmy the Bag, what else do you want to give here?
Well, this is a risk. Well, let me take a spot I'm more confident in. I'm taking Gonzaga on the first half line. Gonzaga did not look good, barely beating North Dakota in overtime Saturday night. And I don't think that's going to happen again. Jonathan Williams and Killian Tilly lead this team around the rim. Josh Perkins is the distributor. 6'5" freshman guard Zach Norvell Jr. has been playing very well of late. Has solidified himself as a go-to guard for the Bulldogs. IUPUI is in way over their head here. They've lost 5 straight games. They've only won once this year against a Division I school. Listen to how bad their defense is. And this Gonzaga is a team that can really take advantage of this. They allow opponents to shoot 61% from the field. That's good for 350th out of 351 Division I schools. Their best player, 6'6" senior Aaron Brennan, who averages 12.9 points, 4 boards, will have Jonathan Williams all over him. I think this is a nice spot. I don't want to say ground fruit, but I think this is the closest that I've seen for that, and I'm going to take Gonzaga on the first half line. Now, the same idea can be said about the Seminoles being angry and coming back big against Charleston Southern, and I'm not taking that play. I think there were some signs that maybe the Seminoles aren't quite as good as we may think they are. I still think they're a really good team, and they give you a ton of different looks, but I like Gonzaga first half line, probably the best out of anything on this card.
It is a split line here, 16 or 16.5, so we can give you Gonzaga minus 16, minus 110 at Bookmaker and at Bet365. Everywhere else has 16.5, and that line is headed up. It opened at 15.5. That game, for whatever reason, I did not, I skipped over that one, but so I don't have anything to say about it right now, but yeah, maybe I'll look into it later on. All right, so let me just review all the picks. Well, is there anything else you definitely want to add?
Yes, there is something else I definitely want to add, and I'm nervous about adding it. But I'm going to take Texas Arlington against this great Creighton team with this big plus points.
You know their point guard is supposed to be out, right?
I do know that he's supposed to be out, and that's why the line is jumped.
Yes.
I do know, and it scares me because Creighton's guards are so good. And what is the line? Wait, don't put it down for me yet. Let me break down this game a little bit.
Well, right now the line is 13, and just based on the line movement, it just went to minus 13, minus 115. So I'm assuming that does not mean that that there's information that UT Arlington's guard is going to be back here.
Yeah. And the Creighton's such a guard. I mean, God, Foster and Thomas are absolutely electric. James Ross says, love Texas Arlington. So Eric Neal is not going to be playing, it looks like. 13.6 points, 10.3 assists. I don't Can we get it confirmed that he's not playing from anyone out there?
I don't think so. I think no one knows.
Eric Neal is playing. He just tweeted. He is playing.
Okay. That changes things because
Neal is playing. Okay, I got to hammer that line right now.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Sorry.
Wow, he just tweeted that he was playing.
Sorry.
So we just got a 2 second. We just got a tweet.
That's
from 2
we're
seconds
working
ago.
together as a team.
Holy
you guys are the best.
All right. Well, that line right now, best line right now would be +13 +102. UT Arlington +13 +102. That is at Pinnacle, and some money is coming in on Creighton. So you're right. Maybe that news has not hit the market.
Big Man says, Jimmy, this is incorrect.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Someone's fucking with you.
No. This is incorrect. He is playing. So he meant. Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe he's just a little behind for a second, but yeah, that's great. He's playing. I'm going to take +13 at +102 and get that fucking money. Yeah,
he is playing. Okay. UT Arlington +13 +102. That's the best line right now at Pinnacle. You want that one, Jim?
I do very much.
All right. Now, if he was out, I was going to take a shot with the under. Obviously, Creighton can put up 100 on anyone, but I was thinking that this one might be a little bit more modest paced with the guy out. But I guess if he's in, then I don't like that so much anymore. I'll take it anyway, though. I'll take it anyway. Not in the first half, just on the full game. Under 161.5, -110. It's a little bit up there. I will take that one. Creighton under 161.5, -110. I understand why this one could easily soar over, and if it loses, I will, I will eat the loss and be okay with it. All right, what else do you want, Jim?
I believe I've got a bunch of more games capped, but I believe those are. Oh no, sorry. I'm taking Wake Forest.
Okay.
At Coastal Carolina. Wake Forest has won 5 straight playing good basketball. They've had a lot of figuring out to do. Mm-hmm. They started off so poorly. They had 16 different players have seen the floor. Mm-hmm. And I think they've got their rotation now settled. Keyshawn Woods averaging 16.2 points per game. Doral Moore is a beast, 7'1", 280-pounder. And Coastal Carolina is tiny. They have Amadou Bamba, but he barely plays. Josh Coleman plays 20 minutes a game, and he'll have to be ready to go. They are led in rebounds by 6'7", 176-pounder Zach Cuthbertson. When your leading rebounder is 176 pounds, you're in trouble.
Yep, that's true.
Wake Forest, I like it full game.
Yeah, that's true. Those short guys can be good rebounders, but only when they're round mounds of rebound,
when
right?
They got big asses.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And I used to play a little bit of basketball, Jim, when I was a kid, and I was rebounding was always tougher against like the short, fat guys with the big asses than the tall, geeky guys. Those guys you could outfox. But all right, so you're going to take Wake Forest. It's 5 market wide, except for where is that one? It's actually we can give you 4.5. It's actually 4.5 at the Greek. The Greek does have intentionally off-market lines. The difference between the Greek and other places that do that is the Greek is a professional book, so you can bet their off-market lines ad infinitum, and you won't get shown the door. So that's why we use the Greeks intentionally off-market numbers. And Jimmy the Bag, they do have one here. They have a lean to Coastal Carolina, so we can give you -4.5, -110. That game I was thinking about a shot with the over on. What's your take on the total in general?
I think that's an interesting spot, and I say that because Native Queen is on it.
Ah, okay.
Native Queen's got them first half and
yes,
over.
Yes.
And, it makes sense. I think there's going to be some scoring in this game.
I mean, I bet that one. The only reason not to take it is just because you never quite know what Wake Forest is going to do. Danny Manning is a crafty coach. You know what I mean? He's a guy who plans a lot, and that can be good from an ATS perspective. But if you're expecting, a certain style of play that you've seen from them in recent games,
absolutely. And that's why he had 16 guys seeing the floor. He was trying to figure out. They lost 4 of their first 5.
Who? Danny Manning
and Wake Forest.
Yeah.
And now they've figured it out. Now Danny Manning has a plan. He's figured out who he likes, who he didn't. I mean, I can't believe 16 guys have seen the floor. I mean, that's nuts.
No, he knows what he's doing. So my only concern about that one is, he might have watched the tape and told these guys, all right, this is what we're going to do to beat these guys, and it might involve some sort of defensive game plan that'll slow things down or whatever. So, but I will take the first half over 70 -105, which is the current line at UWager. Everywhere else has 70 -110, but I'll take the first half over 70 -105, and then as far as the full game is concerned, you know what? I'm going to hold off on that one. It is a game where if the first half goes way under, I'll be looking at maybe taking the second half over. But the full game over right now is a little bit up there, 149, 149.5, or 150. I'm just going to take the first half over 70 -105, and Jim's taking Wake Forest -4.5, -110.
I like it. Joe D said he just put 400 on Wake Forest -4.5.
400 what?
Yeah, dollars,
Jesus,
yeah.
are you serious? On a college basketball game?
For sure, man. Joe D
lost
doesn't
your
fuck
damn
around,
mind.
man. He doesn't fuck around. And,
Who is that?
Joe D.
Holy shit.
And James Ross says over is 10-2 in Wake's last 12 road games.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think you guys are in a nice spot.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Kylie Note says, in 2019, Loshak the Bag will do this show just to tail Native Queen in chat. Yeah, absolutely. Native Queen, a positive outlook on life and some fucking killer analysis in terms of basketball for sure. All right. So I'm just going to take, all right, anything else you want to add before I review our picks and then we get on the games that we didn't add yet?
No, those are all my official picks.
So here are the picks from Jimmy and I. In college basketball, Jim has given Boise State +9, North Dakota State plus first half +13, and the over in that game 141, and Valparaiso -2 -101, and he's also given Gonzaga first half -16 and Wake Forest -4.5. And his final pick so far, UT Arlington, with the recently tweeted news given to us by the commenters in the chat bot, quick on the draw, is that the point guard is, because he wasn't injured, he was out for personal reasons, so he has tweeted he's going to play tonight. UT Arlington +13 +102 is Jim's other pick. My picks on college basketball, a lot of them, hope I don't get burned. The Santa Clara game, first half over 63 and the full game over 134.5. The Idaho game, first half over 66 and over 140.5. The Indiana game under, just the full game, 153. Quinnipiac +9.5 -115. The Arizona game, first half over 66 and the full game over 141. That Eastern Carolina game, I wound up taking the first half under 68. I got 70, and if I tweeted out, that would have been the line. And the full game under 142, I got 147. Hopefully it'll be very low scoring and won't be close, and won't get burned on that one. And then other plays, the Coastal Carolina game, first half over 70 -105. Creighton game under 161.5 -110, which I like less now with the news of the point guard's going to be in there. And then the Kent State game, first half over 66.5 and the full game over 141. And let's look at some of the other games that we didn't touch on. Idaho, Western Michigan. Yep, I gave that one. Northern Arizona, South Florida. We'll get to that one in a second. I don't have a play on that one, though. The Kansas game, nothing. East Carolina, Charlotte. Again, coaching changes for both teams. You know that, right? East Carolina has been better since, and now Charlotte just changed their coach for the first time as well. So that's an interesting game. I'm liking the unders. The Northern Illinois Marquette game is very interesting. Marquette gets back a big man that should help them out quite a bit. I was thinking about a shot with the under, even though both of these teams I could easily see this one being like in the 80s in the first half. But slight lean to the under on that one. Do you have anything to say about that interesting game, Jim?
I do. It's a very, very interesting game. Northern Illinois just played Iowa State pretty hard, 94-80. Lacey James will bring home some boards. Eugene German and Levi Bradley can get buckets. Combined 35 points per game, 9.5 boards between the two of them. But Marquette just destroyed the Badgers by 19 points in Wisconsin. 53% from the field, 64% from three. Now, Marquette's had a tough time dealing with bigs this year, and that will change. And I believe, is he making his debut tonight? The addition of 6'11 center Harry Froling?
Yes, and here you go, a comment from PB38 to show you how friggin' educated these commenters are. Marquette has 6'11 SMU transfer making his debut tonight. Size has been one of their weaknesses. Definitely. Yes, that's true. And adding him to elite three-point shooters should help them blow out Northern Illinois. I like first half especially. Interesting stuff there. Definitely look for Marquette to be a better bet going forward. Not sure if I like him at that big of a line tonight. But
know, that's exactly. I think PB38's bang on, but I'm going to wait too. They're going to bring him in very slowly. But yes, it's what they desperately need. Marquette is going to be a top 25 team in a few weeks.
Yeah. All right, and I'm thinking about a shot with the under. You have anything to say about that, Jimmy the Bag?
I think that's an interesting play. What is the number at?
157. It opened at 156. It's been getting bet up, which is understandable. But I'm kind of liking the under here. And I will give that one just on the full game, though, again, because if I didn't give it, thered be no real reason other than, lack of balls. So I will give it under 157 -108, which is the line at Pinnacle right now. BetOnline still has 156. You wager 156.5, but I'll take the under 157 -108 just on the full game, Jim.
Yeah, I think it's a good move.
Okay, next game, Florida State, Charleston Southern. That's another game that I bet. That's an added game, and I did take the first half over on that one. Of course, Florida State can play very high-paced kind of game. They've had some tough games recently, and I think they'll open it up here, and I do like the first half over. And, I mean, again, I bet it, so why would I not give it, right? Florida State, first half over 70.5. That's another pick I'm adding on here, -110. My record by the end of a college basketball season might be like 1,250 and 946 at this rate. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But that's okay. Who cares?
For sure. People are getting pissed off that we're on college basketball for so long.
Listen, we've only got one head each. You know what I'm saying? We've only got two people here. We got to do. I mean, what do you want to do, Jim? Do you want to? We got to.
No, I mean, I'm down. The morning show is all professional sports.
Yes.
And then the first at least half of the late show is college. So
that's what we do. All right, Florida State first half over 70.5 -110. I'm giving that one. Northeastern Kent State, we got to that one. Quinnipiac Drexel, we got to that one. Indiana game, we did get to that one. Gonzaga, of course, we got to that one. Texas, Tennessee State, we didn't touch on that one, but let's pass on that one. The Idaho State, Youngstown State game, I have no opinion on. Slight lean to the under, although both teams should be super high scoring. You have anything to say about that one, Jim? Or
yeah, those two teams are just so awful. I decided just to skip it. I think the Northern Arizona at South Florida is an interesting spot. When Northern Arizona was home against South Dakota, I said on this thing, I said Northern Arizona at home is not that much worse than South Dakota. Big Man came on live chat, basically intimated that I didn't know what I was talking about.
Wow.
You saw that. He came on and said, and then Northern Arizona, that was a 5-point game with 3 minutes left, and Northern Arizona covered. So, you know.
Yes. Wait. The Northern Arizona game, the recent one where they
against South Dakota, they lost 90-77.
Yeah, wasn't that the one where I wanted to give the over or didn't give it or something like that? I wanted the North Dakota. I like the overs in that one. I didn't give it. God, I got to give my friggin' leans. That's why I'm having 25 plays right now.
But I don't like Northern Arizona on the road.
Yeah.
And but they're an improving squad that also has used a ton of players on the floor already this year. Those teams, I think, are figuring this shit out.
Yeah.
And Northern Arizona. I think South Florida. My lean is South Florida because Northern Arizona's been so bad on the road. But I'm gonna leave that game off.
Okay, and then one final pick, which is very borderline, but it's a total. I should probably give it if I like it. Is Denver Montana State under? I'm not going to give the first half under on that one, just the full game. It is 144 or 143.5, so I'll give the 144 -110. That is at Bet 365, and the Greek and a few other places. I'll just give that one. All right, so Jimmy the Bag. Now let's move on to NHL. But before I do, check the comments, see if there's anything we have to get to, and I will once again review all the picks, and then we will get on to the professional sports. Okay.
Sure.
Right.
Max is on South Florida, but I'll keep reading it.
Okay. So Jimmy the Bag has Boise State +9, North Dakota State first half +13, and the over 141. Valparaiso -2, and he also has UT Arlington +13, Gonzaga first half -16, and Wake Forest -4.5. And that's it for you, Jimmy the Bag, right?
Yep.
And I have the Idaho game first half over 66 and full game over 140.5. The Santa Clara game first half over 63 and the full game over 134.5. Quinnipiac +9.5. The Indiana game under 153. East Carolina first half under 68 and full game under 142. The Arizona game first half over 66 and the full game over 141. Also the Florida State game first half over 70.5. The Coastal Carolina game first half over 70. Montana State game under 144. The Creighton game under 161.5, which might be a loser there. I'm not sure about that one. Marquette game under 157, which also could be a loser. That one I don't feel nervous about, but if I'm totally wrong on it, I totally understand and will not be surprised at all. And then the Kent State game, first half over 66.5 and the full game over 141. All right, now, next on the agenda, we are moving on to NHL. Let's move on to NHL. Jimmy the Bag, so far you gave a bunch of plays, Edmonton, Boston, and Anaheim. I also am on Boston -1. I'm on the Edmonton game unders. I did give the LA game -1 on the money line and the alternative puck line. And, of course, I took Colorado plus 143 on the money line, and also a bit of a controversial pick. I took the under 6 in that game at -118. Some people saying that they didn't like that one. What do you have to say about NHL? Anything new, Jimmy the Bag?
Well, nothing. I feel pretty good about our spots. I'm not changing anything. I'm not taking anything back. I'm not moving anything. I'm fine that the Ducks aren't starting Gibson. And where did that line end up now without Gibson?
The Ducks with Anaheim, it's now up to about plus 123.
So it barely changed.
Yeah.
So I'm happy there. And then I really like this Boston puck line. But my favorite play for sure of the day is the Oilers on the puck line. I think that's a great spot. I got that at plus 215.
Yeah, that one has also not moved much. It's plus 210 right now at Pinnacle. So nice little line move there that you beat. The Colorado game, which I took at plus 143, has barely moved also. That's plus 140 at Pinnacle. The Boston game has moved actually a little bit of money coming in on Columbus. It's now down to minus 114 at Pinnacle, plus 103. Why do you think Columbus is taking money?
Wow. Well, I don't, just because Boston lost the last two games, and maybe it's just the recency bias.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick check and see if there's any last minute notes.
It could be just because Columbus, obviously, people think of them as a good team, and here they are as an underdog. But I think their struggles recently are real. Not that they're going to be an auto fade, but that they're going to be overvalued in spots. And I'm on that one with Jim. I'm on the -1 line, and Jim's on the Boston puck line at +250. And then the LA Philly game, that one again, I took LA -1, and I would also have a lean to the, and that's the one line move that we really have seen. That is now all the way down to the under is 5.5 minus 145 at Pinnacle, and Bookmaker now has 5 plus 115. It's now all the way down to 5 at Bookmaker. So that's certainly an interesting line move right there. The San Jose Edmonton game, I took that one on the first period and full game under. That one has not moved. And the Pittsburgh Colorado game that I took on the under has also not budged at all since the morning. So that's about it. Not a whole lot of line moves. The only clear line moves, small moves in favor of Columbus, which goes against Jimmy and my pick. Moves in favor of the Philly LA under, which we held off of, and that's about it, Jim.
Yeah, this is a good spot. 3 games, 3+ lines. I'm comfortable where I stand, and all I need to do is cash one of the puck lines.
Yeah. I was also, my only lean that I was thinking about was the LA Philly first period under, but I guess I'll hold off on that one. I've gotten a little bit too cute with those first period unders, although it is tempting. LA Philly under 1.5 minus 118, and the full game line is crashing. That is really tempting. The first period under in LA Philly 1.5 minus 118. That is very. I mean, what's up with Jonathan Quick? Is he going to? They started to give up a bunch of goals recently. You think you're going to be able to hold Philly down?
No, I don't think they are. I think Quick is an elite goaltender, but no, he's let 4 or 8 goals in his last 2 games, and Philly is getting production from everybody up and down the lineup. So I don't know. I'm not confident giving you an angle there.
All right. Any comments concerning NHL value, or shall we move on to NBA, Jim?
I think the most value is with Edmonton on the puck line with Logan Couture out of the lineup. Now, I know that I thought that San Jose against Vancouver, I thought that was just low-hanging fruit, and it wasn't. But I think it goes to show you how bad San Jose is playing if the Canucks could beat them when they're getting destroyed by everybody else. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to it. Whoa, here's a comment. Oh, James Ross. I don't know who this is. This show is freaking great. It should be on all day long. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, James Ross. All right, now let's move on to NBA. We have a lot of NBA games here and a lot of very, very interesting NBA, interesting handicapping situations here that garnered a lot of back and forth in the morning show. Let me just see what those are. Jimmy and I took the under in Philly, Chicago. We got 210 minus 117. A lot of opinions came in that they were liking the over in that one. Jimmy and I also took Denver OKC on the first half under and the full game under. We also grabbed the Clippers Spurs under, which was 202.5. It's now down, I believe, to like 199.5 or 200. Also, the Boston Indiana game I took on the under, and that one has not really moved much, which is kind of interesting that it hasn't moved. Jimmy the Bag, of course, took Chicago on the money line plus 115. He took Atlanta on the money line plus 130. And the big debate is the Lakers against Golden State. Of course, the last time these two teams met, it was in L.A., and it went to overtime, and that was with Curry and Draymond Green and everyone, right? So now those guys are out. Lakers are getting 6 at home, coming off a road trip where they were, where they were overachieving their, they were outperforming their market valuations. So interesting. On the one hand, it looks like the Golden State giving just 6 is a little bit low for them. But the stars are out, and we saw what happened last time. Jimmy the Bag took the Lakers plus 6. How are you feeling about that one, Jim?
I feel good, and I have a new rule that I've incorporated into my basketball action. And I know there's flaws to this system, but I believe it will work for me in the long run, and I'm keeping track of it. I'm not going to take any dog under +5 on the spread. I'm always going to take them on the money line.
Okay.
I'm only going to, and this was +6.5. It's almost my lowest spot. I will do some +5.5s, but nothing under that. And I like getting the Lakers at +6.5. Yes, Golden State.
Well, you only got him at 6, though. In our show.
Get him at 6?
Yeah. But the line now is down to 5.5. So clearly there was a modest market move in your favor. There are absolutely no 6s available with the books we use. It's 5.5 everywhere. Very interesting. Looking at Atlanta. Wait a minute. You took Atlanta what?
I got Atlanta
Oh, wow.
plus 130.
Okay, so someone must be out because now Atlanta's the favorite. You got them at plus 130. They are now the 1.5 point favorite. Minus 118 is the money line right now at Pinnacle. So obviously, someone's out for Miami.
Dragic.
Okay, there you go. Very nice job, Jim. Sometimes these late roster announcements burn you and screw you. Sometimes it's a nice little gift.
I'm a little concerned about my Bulls action. We've been rolling with them and winning with them every night, but having Markkanen start and Mirotic sitting on the bench, it does concern me. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I mean, everything's been working a certain way. I hope that Mirotic still gets at least 28 minutes.
Okay,
who knows?
Let's see. Normal Eye Nation says Bulls definitely look good tonight. Okay. Brandon Cummings says Lakers are 4-1 ATS last 5 home games against a team with a road winning record above 600. I know this is a good trend, but I'm betting on Golden State. Wow. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay. Jay Peach says Golden State by 10 plus, Durant by 40 plus. That was also an opinion that was shared in the morning. People saying that Durant was going to have a great game. People saying that Durant was going to take a shit on the Lakers, which we presume to mean that he was going to have a great game. A lot of people thinking that Durant's going to step up here and that Golden State's going to cash, Jim.
Do you think that because the Warriors are going to be watching the ceremony, that they may not have that third quarter explosion that they've been having over and over and over again?
I don't know. I mean, it is true that sometimes when the stars go out for teams like these, it gives people like Durant, an opportunity to shine. So they turn it up maybe more than they would in other situations. That game, I'm happy you beat the line move, and I hope you cash. I'm staying off that one side and total. I'm just not touching it, Jim. I might make a second half play, but I'm just not touching it. I'm just not touching it.
I hear you.
Billy T says, I love Golden State. Normal in Nation, why is this Golden State so low? Is it because Curry is still out? Yeah, and also Draymond Green's out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, that's why. And with Green and Curry in last time, they went to OT at the Lakers. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, James Ross says Warriors by 12. Brendan Cummings says Lakers, 76ers are 8-2 last 10, playing on 2 days rest. Sixers are 4-1 ATS last 5 road games against a team with a winning record. Okay, yeah. Cody Brown says the Lakers will want this more. I mean, the big deal with this game is that it is, it's the Kobe Bryant day, right? They're retiring his jersey. So, you can say that, I think that, quote-unquote, wanting a game more does matter at various times, but it definitely doesn't mean that every time it seems like it's obvious that a team should want it more that they do, right?
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know who really has the advantage here because Durant is the kind of guy who steps up in the enormous way when all the eyes are on him. And so do the Lakers on a situation like this where Kobe's been retired. So I don't know who has the advantage.
Yeah, maybe Kevin Durant's like, I'm the real Kobe, and he steps up and drops 40 on him like Jay Peach and other people are going to. But then again, even if he does drop 40 or 50 on him, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a good bet to cover 5.5, which is still kind of a lot, right, Jim?
Yes, and Brandon Ingram is sitting in that locker. And I just have to think he's going to step up tonight.
Ibrahim Khan asking over or under in Sixers versus Bulls. What's your thoughts? Well, that was one of the most controversial picks that Jim and I gave in the morning show. We took the under. I hope you didn't take it just because I did. I thought it was an okay play. I'm thinking that the Sixers might clamp down a little bit more on defense here after a couple of uninspiring games defensively. So, but we took the under 210 minus 117. I would say that more opinions in the morning show like the over though, right?
Yeah, they did, and that was concerning. We got it at what? Let me see. We got it at
210 minus 117. So it has gone down a little bit.
Have a small little spot, but yeah, it was concerning. I felt really good about it when we broke the game down.
Yeah.
So I still stand by it.
Yeah. So my opinion is that, I bet the under. I gave the under as an official pick, and I'm okay with it right now. And if it loses, I'll be okay with that with my analysis of it. But, I wouldn't necessarily go hard recommending it on someone else to take it. Where's that line now? Yeah, it's not now. It's 209 or 209.5. The Greek is at 209. I think it's okay. It's just could easily see it soaring over. We've obviously seen many games where Philly goes way, way over, and we know that the Bulls can put up high-scoring games as well, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Tomar has an interesting point. He says the Philadelphia interior defense has been horrible with Embiid out, but the Bulls like to play a bang them down around the rim. They got Lopez banging around, Mirotic, Portis. Markkanen is a guy that concerns me because he is more offensive and he doesn't put his shoulder into your chest like the other three guys do. But the reason why I made the move is because I think that there's going to be a lot of physicalness down low, and without Embiid playing, the Bulls are going to keep it down low and try to impose their will on them. So I still feel okay. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very confident because everybody was saying that it wasn't the play.
People that we respect quite a lot were leaning over, and I've been leaning over in recent Bulls games, but I'm taking the under here. Other plays that I was thinking about, I was definitely thinking about Phoenix getting 7, but a lot of people were saying that Dallas rolls tonight. I believe that Dallas was one of Native Queen's first quarter plays. Thank her later. Did you write all those down?
I didn't, but we have them saved.
Yeah, we do have them saved. Yeah. We do have them saved. So Native Queen gave us a bunch of first quarter plays that she likes in the NBA tonight, and she added on at the end the old thank me later, which is a very I like it. It shows a lot of confidence. Yeah, I rarely do that thank you later, but once in a while I do. I've been known to do that. And Native Queen, of course, it just stuck in my brain when she said first quarter over, whatever the number is in the Indiana-Cleveland game about a couple weeks ago, and it went soaring way over. So Native Queen presumably likes Dallas early here, if not necessarily on the full game at +7. I was also thinking about giving the Clippers at double digits. I mean, obviously the Spurs are a better team. We both expect it to be low scoring. What do you think about the Clips getting double digits here? And, I know that Gobert is out, but I was also thinking about Utah. Although that one I'm going to stay off of because when Houston ramps it up, they can easily cover a double digit.
I don't like the Clippers without Lou Williams coming off the bench or at least being able to put some buckets in. But I like Clippers when they're double digit dogs. And I barely got it on Friday when they lost by 9. I forget, that was in Miami, I think. No, it wasn't in Miami. But I think that I don't see where the scoring is going to come from. Now, Austin Rivers will be back, thank God. But I just don't see where the buckets are going to come from. I think they could get beaten up quite badly.
In the meantime, in the morning, we were talking about the spread in the New York-Charlotte game. Of course, Charlotte has been awful ATS, even with Kemba Walker coming back. I think they're like 2-8 or 2-7-1 or something really bad over the last 10 games ATS. The Knicks have been good, and we were wondering why that line was so high, and it's definitely now gotten bet way higher. It's now solidly 8 across the board. In the morning show, it was 5.5, going up to 6, going up to 6.5. That must be because Porzingis is out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And but even so, I mean, I also have a belief that teams play great that first game without their stars and then just keep getting worse. But that seems like too big of a line.
And I was thinking about the under in that one, and definitely. Oh, I remember the play I was thinking about was the Charlotte team total under, which was 107, which I saw, and I actually bet that one, and now it's down to a 106.5, I believe. It's probably even lower right now. But what do you think about just the Charlotte team total under?
I think that's a really interesting idea.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I like
right,
it.
Jim?
I like it. 107 under.
You think it's not 107 anymore. Yeah,
was, but I think that's I think that is a good spot. Native Queen's first quarters are Houston, LA Lakers. Okay, Houston, LA Lakers, yeah. Chicago Bulls, yeah. Atlanta Hawks, San Antonio, and Dallas.
Oh, okay, all right, wow, all right. And actually, it is still 107 at Pinnacle right now. So I will throw that one on there. Do you expect an unexpected scoring binge from the Hornets here?
I don't see how that's possible.
Yeah,
and I think that New York has guys like O'Quinn that coming off the bench. They're going to play defensive. I think that is what line are you getting on?
107 minus 110. That's the current line at Pinnacle, and I bet it. So I'll give it.
I'm going to jump on that too. I think that's a good spot.
Are you sure?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Charlotte team total under 107 minus 110. That's the current line of Pinnacle. That is what Jimmy the Bag and I are getting. Let me quickly just look at some of the other leans that I had that I was thinking about. And yeah, it'd be pretty much every dog tonight. I was thinking about Phoenix, the Clippers, Utah, the Lakers, Denver, Portland, Chicago, and the Knicks are all in my leans column here. And the under in New York, Charlotte. So I've taken care of that one. I've taken the Charlotte team total under. And yeah, that's about it. And also the Knicks Charlotte first half under is also something I was thinking about as well. What do you think about that, Jim?
Yeah, I don't see how they're going to be scoring a lot of points in this game. I think it's going to be a plodding, slow match.
Oh, wow! When I wrote that one in my leans column, it was 105.5. Now it's down to 103 or 103.5. Wow. Okay, so wow, that's a low first half total there, Jim.
That's very low.
That's a low first half total there, Jim boy. All right, I'm thinking about throwing this one on there. The first half under 103.5. Again, I could have given it at 105.5 in the morning. What do you think, Jim?
I don't. So right now you only have the team total under.
Yes, probably should just stay with that.
And you're deciding between which ones? Right
no,
now?
I'm deciding about doubling up. I'm definitely taking the team total under, and I'm thinking about throwing on the first half under at 103.5, minus 105 at Bookmaker right now. Oh no, sorry, minus 110.
Honestly, I think I'd be more comfortable taking the full game under, but I don't. You are totals Loshak.
Yes.
So
that is true. They call me totals. All right, I'll hold off on it right now, Jim. Anything else you want to add for NBA?
No, I'm excited to do our last little bit on the NFL.
Okay, so far, Jimmy the Bag and I just added one play, right? The Charlotte team total under 107 minus 110. That's it, and we both added it. Yeah. So let's look quickly at Native Queen's first quarter. You'll thank me tomorrow. Plays here. Houston first quarter. I mean, they've been a great first quarter team all season long. No reason why they won't do it again here. The Lakers, obviously, we can understand why that would be for sure. The Bulls, we can understand that. Atlanta, we can understand that. The Spurs, that's kind of interesting. I guess she thinks that the Spurs are going to come out. I mean, that's probably a high line. That's probably like 3, right? Where's that?
It's got to be.
Yeah, that's got to be 3. Where is that one? The Spurs first quarter is no, it's 4. You telling me that if we take the Spurs on the first quarter minus 4, we're going to be thanking you tomorrow? That's a lot of points, Jimmy, for a first quarter in the NBA.
It is. It is. It's a lot of points.
I'll tell you, if that one cashes easily, that's it. I'm going to do whatever Native Queen says until further notice, right?
Yeah, I
First
agree.
quarter minus 4. She likes that one. Thank her tomorrow. And then Dallas, which also I can undersee. I can see that. So yeah, those seem like solid plays. Actually, come to think of it. And you're on a bunch of them full game first half, right?
Yeah.
All right, shall we move on, Jimmy the Bag?
Yep.
All right, let's move on to an NFL. Jimmy the Bag and I both gave picks on tonight's game. I gave Tampa Bay +7 minus 115, and that is, wow, that money coming in on Atlanta. Why would so much money be coming in on Atlanta?
The guys that I've been capping football with think the Falcons are going to destroy the Buccaneers tonight. So, I mean, that's the underlying theme. The Bucs have injury problems. I think that the safest play for sure is the over. I was so happy we got it in at 48 because we said that it was going to go up, and it has.
It is. It's now 49. Best line right now would be 49 at Bookmaker minus 110. Everywhere else has 49.5, Jim.
Yeah.
So anyone who tailed us beat this line by 1.5.
Yeah, no, it was a good spot, and we were pretty sure that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
This Bucs team is bad, but are the Falcons that much better? Yes, the Falcons have been playing against better teams and beating them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see them covering a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to take it. I'm really comfortable with the over here.
Okay, let's quickly get to some comments here, and then we'll wrap up the show and maybe do some final analyzing here.
A lot of guys are against us now with the over. Mohammed Joma says this is an under. Jay Peach says 43 to 47 points max.
Holy
Eric
shit.
Sniffen says, yep, this is an under.
Aspiritolate says Tampa's a bunch of bitches. Well, I'm assuming that, if it goes under, that probably that confers a little bit, unless people are expecting like a 35-7 type win or 34-7 by Atlanta.
Oh, I think the Bucs can put up at least in the teens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Robin Spears says Sharps love Atlanta. No Brent to confirm it though. Yeah, that's true. Mohammed Joma says I've been smashing unders lately, especially in prime time. Yeah, look, I had the under in the last Monday night, right? We nailed that one.
Yeah.
And if you remember, not that these plays are definitely going to win, but there was a lot of people saying I was wrong on the taking Miami last week. You remember?
Oh,
a lot of people, way more people saying that they liked the Pats. Right?
Oh,
and I forgot what people said about the total. But last week, Jim and I were both on the total, and I was on the total and the side, and we cashed that one. I don't know. El Deano de la Cool. Wow, great. He says there's a bad history with Tampa and Ryan. Be careful. Matt Sicardi says Bucs are bad. Yes, absolutely. Tomarino Tomer says I don't see Tampa getting stops, and Atlanta's defense has holes. Yeah, I mean, my sense is just that I think there's going to be points scored, and I just don't trust Atlanta as a big favorite on the road. In prime time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't do that. Yes, they're a better team than the Bucs, but I agree. I think, and I would not be surprised if they beat them in cover, but I just don't feel like I can trust them.
Jay Peach says both teams are ass right now, which is true, but I would say that Tampa is considerably a bigger ass, more ass.
Well, Jay Peach used to always say that the 49ers were open ass. So
okay.
This is a little better.
I mean, look, they are both ass. It's just that I just don't trust frickin' Atlanta as a favorite like that against anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree. Completely agree. They don't deserve our trust. They've not earned it.
Right. And Coop Boy says, how can you trust Jameis Winston? I don't. That's my point. No one on the field do I trust. That's why I took the underdog, and that's why I took the over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. And that's why I'm on Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there's a game going on and you don't trust any of those motherfuckers on the field, take the dog.
I agree.
Right?
Take the dog. I'm not going to. I'm just going to take the over, but I get it.
Uh-oh. J. Peach says Jimmy, period, under, period. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's concerning. And J. Peach knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So
that is
I'm
a
concerned.
quiet, calm That is a quiet and calm comment right there.
Yeah.
Confident.
Yeah.
Wow. He really likes the under. Well, we could take it back if we wanted to, and then we'd have a shot at a middle. We could take 49.5. This is what you can do in sports betting. You might get a middle, Jim. If you want to take it back, you can get 49.5 right now on the under.
I tell you what, after watching Jameson lick all his fingers in his pregame speech, I know there's a pick 7 coming tonight, man. I think there's going to be points in this game. I'm fine with it.
Justin EDMS says Emmet Monday Night Football not going over, and a Spirit to Late has called it 24-13 Atlanta, which means I would lose badly both my spread and total pick.
Everybody's on the under now. Nasty Nate, Justin EDMS. Oh, no.
Holy, Rocco Dog says, or Ruco Dog says the public loves Atlanta, but the play is Tampa, right? I don't trust anyone, so I'm taking the dog.
Mays nuts, under is the play. Adam Lastman, under first quarter, Falcons.
Okay, now these people are just fucking trolling us. They have a separate chat going on. Tell them all we love the under and get them off this pick.
No, they're capping with us.
Yeah, you think so?
You know what? I'm fine. I understand that you guys like the under here. I think there's going to be points tonight. What's the weather like tonight?
I believe last I checked, it's going to be fine. Let's see. Wow, a lot of people. Wow, just under opinions coming in, just pouring in. Unbelievable. Mohammed Joma says Atlanta 21, Tampa Bay 17, which would be okay because then I'd cash the spread. Christopher Kelly says 30-17 Atlanta. Cody Brown says over. Wow. Okay. McGodster says 34-21. All right. Wow.
It's gorgeous in Tampa. 5-kilometer wind. 23 degrees
Celsius. Everyone's all over the place. Some people imply. It seems like more people right now are definitely more people liking Atlanta to cover. That's for sure. I'd say it's about 2-1 people saying Atlanta will cover over Tampa Bay. And as far as people liking the under, it's like 3-1 in terms of the comments liking the under. Wow. And here we go. An even more calm and confident comment from JP. She says, Jimmy, I don't really comment much, but under, period. Wow. Not yelling, no caps. Calm, confident. Holy shit, that comment scares me, Jim. We might be on the wrong side.
I'm very concerned with JP.
Well, you can pull it back. 49.5, Jim. You can
Under no circumstances will I be pulling this back.
I mean, it's, you know what I'm saying? Shane Judd says over. Okay, Shane Judd says over. Wow.
Doug Martin is out tought, and that's good for the Bucks.
Cody Brown says with what defense? Luchase Fox says Atlanta is just a much better team. Coop Bois 407 says, I don't think Tampa could go point for point with Atlanta. And Vishnu is just laughing here. All right,
Justin Biggie's with us on the over. Matt Sicardis is on the over. We're not alone.
You know what? I just hope I hit 60% in college basketball. Whatever the fuck happens with these two bets that I made, I don't give a shit.
Shane Judd is on the over.
I bet the over at 48. I got a good number. I bet Tampa Bay +7, but I bet them the same amount as my college basketball plays. So if the college basketball plays hit 58% and those two lose, it's fine. Take the fucking money. Jesus Christ! Wow. Okay, Eric Sniffin saying pull it back, Jimmy. LOL. All right. Wow.
Well, Nasty Nate doesn't want to say I told you so, Jim. Nasty Nate, I have no problem when you say that, my friend. Shit. No problem at all.
Michael Robertson says pull it back, hit the middle at 28-21. That could very easily happen. I have hit middles before. I don't usually like to do that, but I have hit middles. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? I guess there's nothing really more to say about this game. Everyone's been, the basic deal we understand. We don't trust Jameis Winston. Tampa Bay is ass. Atlanta is kind of ass, but less ass, but we don't really trust their program as a big underdog, as a big favorite there on the road. And, a lot of people just thinking that the public loves who does he say the public loves? I'm assuming the public is on the over on this one. I haven't checked the numbers, but I'm assuming the public is on the over, which doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong. Dan Kelly says Atlanta team total goes over 50. Wow.
Wow.
All right. We shall see. Luis Alejandro C. Cruz, Atlanta wins big tonight. Richard Guerrero says, I got Tampa Bay team total over 20.5. Maybe just the Atlanta team total over. Yeah, Jesus. I don't even know. All right. Matt Sicardi is out. Have a great night, boys. Let's get it.
I've got a bet with my man Jay Peach now. Cover drinks and dabs one night in Vegas is on the line.
All right. I think we can wrap this shit up. What do you think, Jim? You want to give anything else in college basketball? Revisit some other college basketball plays? No, I think we pretty much...
It's just that over in Valpo that you guys both really like. Yeah. And so my thinking with that, if we can just touch on it for a second,
sure.
is that Valpo's bigs will control everything, but still they don't have Tavon Walker, so they're not going to be moving the ball well. They're not going to be a lot of distributing. So why Max, if he's still here, and Pete, why are you guys liking this over?
I just like it because of the numbers that I ran.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just like it because of the numbers that I ran, not necessarily because of matchups. And running my numbers often gives the right side, but often does not. Like, for example, and maybe I'll talk to you about this off camera. Who did Illinois Chicago play that you had a great? Oh, Dartmouth. That's right.
Yeah.
My number said Dartmouth. My number said not huge, but my number said Dartmouth was a top level play, and you broke that down with your analysis of the matchups. Illinois Chicago -6. You were right, and it was not close. And I was very impressed by that analysis there, Jamie the Bag. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit off camera because I was like, whoa, whatever he saw there was right and whatever my numbers saw was wrong. I need to talk to him about this shit. Do you remember what you saw there? Don't talk about it now.
I have all the notes.
All right, we'll talk about it off camera. We'll talk about it off camera. So yeah, my analysis of that one is just the numbers. The numbers say take over 135. So
okay,
that's it.
Sweet. I'm going to keep everything the way it is. Thank you guys so much for all your help today, all your insights. And we're doing this together. We're winning together, and it feels really good.
That's about it. We will be back tomorrow, but tomorrow will be the last show at 12 o'clock with Loshak and the Bag until January 3rd. But starting on December 27th, we'll start doing the Loshak and the Bag shows again, only at 6 o'clock. And between now and December 27th, or between Wednesday and December 27th, we will be doing no 6 o'clock show at all, and 12 o'clock shows will just be bowl coverage with Drew Martin and Big Man on Campus guesting. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all the awesome comments. Go Suns says, I love this show. We love you. Go Suns. Thank you so much. Irvin Ocampo says, thanks, buddies. You guys are the best. Espiritual 8 says, great job, guys. Go Suns, guys. Great show is awesome. Thank you so much. All right, that's about it. Let's wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern.